welcome everybody to DICI-TV. I'm Mike Cronin, moderator, site facilitator, site trainer for the DIC Journey operations in Wilmington. Today we are going to meet the SSC supply chain of North America coatings, resins. The team is geographically scattered across the U.S., so they wanted to take some time to share a little bit about themselves, their reflections since the SSC2, and how they plan to move forward in the journey. First, I'd like to introduce the team.
Mike Strong, Supply Chain Manager, North America.
Kim Armstrong, Customer Service Officer.
Leo Vink, Site Facilitator, Site Trainer for the Supply Chain MMA.
Cheryl Fisher, Customer Service Manager and MMB Lead.
Kelly Brownlee, Planning Logistics Specialist. Jessica Pilkington, Master Production Scheduler for MMA.
Welcome, team. So, Leo, what is DICI?
So DICI stands for DSM Integral Continuous Improvement, which combines tools from both Lean and Six Sigma, and it's also using a self-directed, maturity-based improvement program called TRACK that will help us to go to different stages from current state to world-class by 2020.
So why is it important to our supply chain organization?
Great question. Traditionally, supply chain has been involved in all the lean journeys from the manufacturing sides, but this is a first opportunity to embark on a journey as a supply chain, focusing on our customer and putting our customer in what we call the center of the universe.
So how do you fit in the DICI model, and what can we expect your contributions to be?
So I've been involved in both supply chain and continuous improvement on the different sites in the plants. And being the site facilitator, site trainer, I can support and coach the team to reach the world class by 2020, to get them in that direction. And I would like to connect the supply chain to all the different sites.
Cheryl, so what is your role as the mindset and behavior lead?
I support the SSC, and I also create a learning environment of what and how DICI can bring change to us. We focus on the people, and by coaching and training at all the levels, and to make sure that their value and that feel good about making improvements. We also encourage the decision making to be made at the shop floor, and we'll be doing this by coaching and training.
So what did you learn from the Mirror Workshop?
I wasn't surprised to hear that there were some inconsistencies between the supply chain and our other sites. We sporadically connect with them, but it's not consistent. So therefore, I challenge myself to be more engaging with the other sites, sharing and learning information, what can we learn from them, and make improvements.
Kelly, so what feedback from the MMB surveys results resonated with you the most?
Yeah, so one that stood out to me in particular is that the NMA supply chain team feels that there's potentially a disconnect from the SSC, whether that's lack of presence, involvement, and so on. So as a result, I personally want to help improve by engaging with my other colleagues at the various sites and kind of better support them, and also use it as a way to exchange improvement ideas. And I think that will help bridge the gap and just build better relationships among the team.
Jess,
Yes.
so what was a personal reflection you had after reviewing the mindset and behavior survey results?
Yeah, so personally I reflected on how our planning expectations differ site to site. While we certainly recognize there's been a standard way of working within planning for all the different sites, I did not realize how it impacted the supply chain organization as a whole. So therefore, we're going to be having a planning summit in the next few months, and we're going to gather members of planning from each of the individual sites to come together, collaborate, build a standard way of working, so we can lay the foundation for what our internal customers can expect from our group, regardless of where we're geographically located.
Okay. Kim, so what were your takeaways from the Mirror Workshop?
I took away that the supply chain lacks teamwork. So as a member of the SSC, I want to try and be the link between all functions. With that in mind, I'm going to help to look at the roles and responsibilities so that we can determine where there might be duplication of efforts and or gaps so that we can build a more cohesive supply chain team.
Mike, so what are you most excited about from the mindset and behavior questionnaires and the focus interviews of the SSC2?
I was really excited to see that there's a strong passion across the supply chain team at the different sites regarding continuous improvement. There's also a strong sense of trust and respect across the supply chain team, and that everybody feels that their opinions are valued and that they can share them openly. One of the takeaways for me as well, as an initiative for me to do, is to really share and recognize the accomplishments of the supply chain team across the different sites with the rest of the supply chain team and the overall business in general. There's a lot of great things happening within the supply chain, whether it be at East Providence, Frankfurt, Wilmington, Augusta. I really want to share that and recognize that more across the team and across the business in general. And also that should help with collaboration and communication and sharing between the different sites as well. And lastly, as the SSC, we've also decided to send out a small gift to the rest of the supply chain team as a memento of the launch of our DSM supply chain DICI launch, and also as a reminder of what our daring destination is to really transform our supply chain to inspire customer delight.
I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch DICI Episode 1, where the supply chain shared where they are and where they're going. Look for us on Episode 2 of DICI TV.
Thanks for having us.